Good morning, everyone. Anybody from the department? Okay, I'll start on my own. First of all, I thank Management Committee, JSPM College, Principal Sir, Dr. R.K. Jain Sir, Mr. Sudhir Villare Sir, and HOD Civil Department Patil Sir, and the entire Civil Department to give me this opportunity to talk to you students. I'll introduce myself. I'm Hitesh Lahuti, and I've done my BE Civil in the year 2000 and Masters in Structural Engineering in the year 2002. Since then, I'm working as a structural consultant, and along with that, in 2004, we formed this particular academy with the name of Civil Engineering Software Academy. I hope I'm audible and my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. We are a Pune-based company and we are located on Karve Road. Now, thought which provoked me in 2004 that though being a structural engineer and the practice was going to be very fine, but I decided to devote some time to this particular academy. So in 2004, it was a start. At that time, simple. When I was doing my master's in structural engineering, I did not find any proper institute which can help me for my project work because my topics were related to software. In 2002, even the colleges was not having that kind of infra which can provide a lot of trainings to everyone. And I had to search a lot, and I wasted my 6 months of my thesis work to find someone who can guide me properly. So after that, when I completed my MTech, I decided to help the students on a platform where I can help B student, where I can help ME students, and where I can help the PhD persons also. And with this thought, we started this training where to meet all the practical and professional aspects of civil engineering. Second thought, when I started in 2004, I thought that after 10 years down the line, that means in 2014, softwares will be the only backbone of the civil industry. But in 2011 itself, we had achieved it. Now, what with today's date, each and every office is working on softwares. It is digitized. Everything is pre-planned, and without softwares, a civil engineer cannot survive now. Now, this year, or rather last year, when it was a pandemic situation. Now, in this pandemic situation, the things are very worse. All the education is online. The students are getting passed online with MCQs, and employers are knowing this. Last 2 days prior, one of the MNCs in Mumbai, they declared that without the value-added skills or without internships, they are not going to employ the students who have passed out this year and the students who are going to pass in next January or so, next June or so. What they want is they want value-added skills to be done. Because employers think that you might be lacking in your studies because of the online education. So they want value-added things or internship to be done. Best way to mold yourself, best way to get value-added knowledge is the softwares. So these softwares are very, very important when you're doing it. About the academy again, as I said, we are imparting training since 2004. We are the official academic channel partners for Bentley Systems. Bentley System is the parent company for STAD. And we are also the authorized official channel partners for CSI ESPL, wherein this particular company is the parent company for ETABS. There are only three authorized trainers for ETABS, and fortunately, we are one of them. We have trained around about 10,000 professionals till date because journey started in 2004 and I'm talking to you in 2021. This is a vast experience. So I guess this number would be less, but you can say 10,000 students till date. Now, which software should be done when? I'll come to this slide a bit later on. Area of expertise. We try to give a complete industry-oriented training format with practical-based learning, and even we guide for the placements. There is a very simple format in my academy. What we are doing, I being a structural engineer, I will speak or I will teach only on structural softwares. My team consists of 5 engineers who are working day and night for structural designs. Everyone, they are sharing their knowledge with the young aspirants who are coming. We are having one more firm which is into project management. Some, so you can say some of other colleague of mine, he looks after project management. So he will talk on the project management softwares. So it is like, it is not like, a particular firm which you see many in, I don't know, I don't want to name any of the institute at this particular format or on such kind of online platform. Everybody is teaching all the softwares. This is not good. We at our place, we are following a practical thing in the structural softwares and in the project management softwares. Further, our achievements, we have been recognized by Bentley Systems every year for doing a highest number of trainings in India. Our associations are in colleges in Maharashtra. Almost each and every college in Maharashtra, Goa, Rajasthan, MP, Karnataka, and all these list of institutions, and daily level this list is increasing. So now let us one by one focus on the softwares. I can see by your IDs that many of you are from final year engineering, and let us come to this softwares. So what software should be done at what stage of time? This is very important. Now, when we are talking about the softwares, initially, say, when a student comes in second year engineering, he should understand AutoCAD, he should understand Autodesk Revit. When he has done with his some of the structural subjects, he should go with static connect edition and ETABS. When he has done his third year engineering and some goes to some has learned some project management what you call subjects or construction management subjects in the books, he can go for MS project. Primavera is something, a software which basically you should do after gaining some experience on site. So that is the Primavera thing, and you should also know the estimation and billing and costing. So now the idea is simple, that when you are passing your BE, when campus interviews are going to be conducted, or basically if you are applying somewhere, so at that time you should have a knowledge of a drafting software, you should have a knowledge of project design software, and you should have a knowledge of project management software. Now, what courses we are offering? We are offering all these courses for drafting, AutoCAD, Autodesk Revit, structural design. We have STAAD Pro Connect Edition, ETABS, MS Project, Primavera, estimation and billing softwares we have. Now coming to the first software, that is AutoCAD. I won't take much time of yours talking about AutoCAD, but I need to tell you something when we are talking about AutoCAD. Now in general, when I ask students that, do you know AutoCAD? Students generally say, yes, we know AutoCAD. And when actually I ask those, and actually when they go for the interviews, and when they are asked by the employer, show me some of your drafting, at that time they are not able to do it. So this is a bad idea. In general, what is happening normally in the institutes, architectural plans generally are been taught. Take plan kadla. After that, like you made an architectural plan, text, edit, त्याच्यात काहीतरी आपले sofas and everything दाखवा, and the institute says की तुमचं AutoCAD झालंय. But when you are talking about civil engineers, and when you are saying you are a civil engineer and you know AutoCAD, at that stage, only architectural plans are not sufficient. You need to know many things. I'll show you some slides. Structural plan, foundation plan, center line plan, the drawings which are going on the site, you should be able to draft those properly. Water tank, then comes detailed sections, details of truss, details of trusses. So what I mean to say is you should know AutoCAD of that level basically. So you need to check yourself these days that whether really you have done AutoCAD of that level, because industry is going to ask you. Fine. So second idea की मी AutoCAD या लेवलचा आला पाहिजे असं का स्टुडंट्सला म्हणतो. सिंपल की यू आर पासिंग आउट फ्रॉम सच अ डिग्निफाईड कॉलेज, एवढ्या चांगल्या इन्स्टिट्यूट युनिव्हर्सिटीची डिग्री तुम्हाला मिळते, पण जर तुम्हाला ड्रॉइंग्स वाचता नाही आले, इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू रीड द ड्रॉइंग्स प्रॉपरली, देन यू आर ऑफ नो यूज. सो if you draft all these AutoCAD at your B level, the idea of entire is clear. What drawings are going on the site, what is called what, how is the detailing done. So I always insist students that later on you people can go ahead with the other softwares, but you should know AutoCAD of this particular level. Coming to the second software, that is STAD. Now, as the history of STAD these days, STAD Connect Edition is there in market. STAD Connect Edition. Now, what is this STAD Connect Edition? Basically, it comprises of many softwares. I'll show you the window of this Connect Edition, and then we'll talk again. This is window of STAD Connect Edition. It comes with building planner, it comes with piping, it comes with bridge deck, it comes with foundation design, it comes with auto steel drafter, connection design, advanced concrete design, and advanced slab design. So these are the basic softwares which are included in this STAD Connect Edition. At least you should know these 3 to 4 modules which are seen on the screen. RCC buildings for all kind of loads, dead load, live load, wind load, and earthquake loads, water tanks, steel trusses, and steel tower. As I said, this software is very, very vast, but at least you should get employable. So in that case, you should know these, at least these particular modules. Now, RCC buildings. RCC buildings are designed for dead loads, live loads, and all earthquake loads. They are designed for almost 64 loading combinations. As a trainer, it is our duty to tell you about all these 64 loading combination, and you should have very, very sufficient, like a good practice on all the softwares before you reach the industry. Next is water tanks, all kind, all shape, steel trusses, and the industrial shade, and the steel transmission line tower. These things you should know. There are few consultants who are into, you can say, some specialized structures, like offshore structures. They are into some like jetties, they are into dome-shaped structures, they are into some specialized type of structures. Even those consultant, they will expect that if somebody is coming into their organization, he should know at least these basic modules. Now, STAT trainings we start is with whatever knowledge you have gathered in second year or third year engineering. We start with the basic boundary conditions like fixed beams, simply supported beams, then partially restrained or the inclined supports. Then these small problems are then converted into a portal frame. That portal frame is converted, or rather, then we move ahead with a small bungalow, and then step by step, increasing the difficulty levels, we try to reach you up to multi-story buildings. So this is how we go ahead. There are also some special supports which you can give in the static analysis can be done, earthquake analysis can be done. Earthquake analysis comes with two methods. One is the seismic equivalent method, and the second one is the response spectrum one. Further, this is how an RCC building looks like. I'm also going to open the model and show you the utility of the software. Water tanks. This is the truss, what I was talking about. And this is the industrial shade water, what I was talking about. Now, in this STAT Connect edition, what is new in this? Most important in this STAT Connect edition is it can prepare the drawings for you. So I repeat, in STAT, RCC buildings, trusses, towers, and water tanks, this should be basically, you should know. When it comes to STAT foundation, isolated footing, combined footing, and the mat footing should be known. The most important or the most useful point in the STAT Connect edition for all the structural engineer is this advanced concrete design. This advanced concrete design is making the drawings for you. How it is preparing the drawings for you, I'll show you. First of all, this is the basic window of STAT Connect edition. Now, I have deliberately modeled one particular building for you. First, we model a small plan, then we copy it for number of floors. After that, copy it for number of floors. Support conditions, instead, we can give fixed, pinned, fixed butt, enforced butt. All these kind of support conditions can be given in STAT. But as far as RCC building is concerned, in general, we give supports, that is fixed supports. After that, we give some property. After that, we give some property. I hope you remember, when we are designing a beam or when we are designing a column in the books, we start with we start with one particular dimension. So in that case, the same dimension is been assumed either in STAT or ETABS basically, and we start with it. So here we have assumed one dimension, that is 0.45 is the depth of the beam and 0.23 is the width of the beam. Having done this, further we will go for the loadings, earthquake loads. These are the loading combinations what I was talking about. Earthquake in both directions, dead loads, live loads. One by one, you need to give all the loads. And then next is the analysis. The analysis done, we have something called as post processor over here. What this post processor is doing? This post processor will show you the shear forces, the bending moments. Say if I see for dead load case, and if I click on this, these are the shear forces, bending moment. You get all the detailed stresses, everything in this post processor. Now, when it comes to design using STAD, there are two ways. Either you can design the members here itself, in STAD, or you can take it to Advanced Concrete Design. Advanced Concrete Designer is quite easier to use and it is useful. So watch it carefully. Now this building, I have analyzed it. Now I'm taking it to Advanced Concrete Designer and I'll try to show you that how the footings are designed. This is RCDC. It takes some time to import it. Kindly stay tuned. Now, project, engineer, everything. Now, we will design the footings. It will check all the loads, all the combinations, everything. It will read the model. Now, model reading takes 1 or 2 minutes. And now it has imported the model to RCDC. Now, what we have to do over here, very simple. Go to settings. In that you can go for general settings. Just tell program what is the SBC, what would be the concrete grade, what would be the steel grade. Click on OK. After that, go for basic load cases. Program generates the combinations on its own. You need not to worry. All these combinations program generates. That's it. Now just have a look. It has designed all the footings at a time. Now this RCDC is not only designing it. If you go to report and if you ask for the schedule, text schedule, it will give you the schedule. Say C1. This is the PCC size, RCC size, and the steel. You ask program for design calculations, it will give you the design calculations also. You ask program for bill of quantities, it will give you the bill of quantities also. You ask for bar bending schedule, it is giving you the bar bending schedule also. So quickly you can save these things in AutoCAD format and send on the site. So this has eased our work of in the structural consultancy firm. I'll also show you, now we have designed the footing. I'll also show you that how this program is quickly designing the columns and slabs also. Again, I'll click on Advanced Concrete Design, RCDC. This time we'll design the columns. It will take some time over here because it is reading everything. Now, once it has imported, you need to just go to the settings, tell program whether you want to perform ductile design. You need to tell program the basic load cases, what you want. In our model, we had earthquake case, earthquake in X direction, earthquake in Z direction. Why X and Z direction? Because earthquake is an horizontal force, basically. Dead loads, then comes the live loads. These are all the combinations which program has generated on its own. Auto design it. Few members are passed, few members are failed. It gives you all those things, and then you need to you can just click on any of the member, check the history, why it is failing. Everything is possible inside this particular software. So this is the beauty of this RCDC. So I hope you have understood now that if at all you need to do the STAD course, so in STAD, what you should know: STAD Pro, STAD Foundation, and RCDC. So these three things are in this STAD Connect edition already. So this was about STAD. Let us move on to our software, ETABS. I'll just take 5 minutes of yours for ETABS, and then after that we can move ahead with question and answers, if any, or else if you wish that I should explain you something more, I can speak on that. Now, second important software which is there, which is now a part and parcel of civil industry, and you need to know this particular software, that is ETABS. ETABS basically is a CSI Berkeley product. Now, where ETABS is used more? ETABS basically is used more in the design of high-rise buildings. Now, what is a high-rise building? A building which is having height more than 75 meters is nothing but a high-rise building. It is considered to be a high-rise building. Now, you might say, yes, sir, in last 15 minutes you are talking about STAD, and now suddenly you are talking about ETABS. So what will be, or which software is a good software? Which software should be done, or rather doing any one of the software will be sufficient? These all questions might come in your mind. Simple answer: you need to do both the softwares, whether you do it now, whether you do it after like a month, 2 months or so. Now, where these are used? Now, STAD basically is very good at its structural steel design. Structural steel design means trusses, towers, transmission line tower, dome-shaped structures, water tanks, because utility of STAD is too much and too vast. So many of them, they are using it for all generalized design purposes, even for RCC buildings. ETABS, they are more like consultants are more inclined using ETABS for high-rise buildings. Now, why so, or why such kind of equation? ETABS is giving us very precise results as far as the non-linear analysis of tall buildings is concerned. Now, when it comes to syllabus of ETABS, as I said, even ETABS is very vast. But at the undergraduate level, we designed a course from ETABS, and parent company and myself, we designed this particular course, and we call it as ETABS Intermediate Level Training. Now, what you should know at intermediate level training: whatever we are doing in our offices, daily, at least that much part you should know before entering the offices. So what that syllabus consists of: RCC buildings, again with all kinds of load, obviously all the loading you should know. Then comes flat slabs, then comes shear wall, and then some special effects inside ETABS. ETABS training generally takes a total of 30 to 35 hours. This is like ETABS loadings, vertical loads, lateral loads. Then comes rigid, semi-rigid diaphragms. Now, there are some special effects that only ETABS can handle, and those are like shape of column. Very interesting. Now, when you are doing your BE, at that time, in general, in our books, what we have seen, a column, it might be a square column, a column, it might be a rectangular column, or a circular column. But many a times, due to the earthquake analysis or earthquake forces, we are forced to give T column, or we are forced to give L column. So now this T and L column shapes are very easily possible inside ETABS. That cannot be done in STAD. One more reason why ETABS is preferred: design of beams with varying depths, shear walls with and without opening, and windows. आता shear wall. What is a shear wall? Basically, any column whose depth to width ratio is more than 4, that particular column is designed as shear wall. Now, today's date, ETABS is the only software which is competent to give you designs of shear wall using Indian code. One more reason why ETABS is preferred more for RCC buildings. Shear walls with floor connectivity. Now, if you see this figure, basically, is in that this gray part is nothing but the slab. Red is a wall. Wall म्हणजे concrete wall असते. Concrete wall. Then further, this particular in green, whatever it is, you can see that is a column. These are the walls. या walls मध्ये आपल्याला openings पण द्यायला लागतात. Architect asks for it, and ETABS is competent to give you this particular thing. Then columns with different shapes, as I was saying, poly-shaped column, T-shaped column, L-shaped column. Then comes beams with varying depths. These are few of the buildings which we have designed. So that was all about STAD and ETABS basically. Now on this particular platform, I wish to declare that we are providing STAD and ETABS training, and along with that we are also giving internships, 2 months, 3-month internships to the students, and then we are trying to place them in structural engineers office. That was all, friends, from my end, basically, to make you aware of the softwares required for structural design, firms. If at all anybody of you has any doubt or anything to say, you people can please ask me freely. Anybody is having, we have devoted 5 to 10 minutes for this question and answers. So anybody wants to ask anything?
Yes, sir.
Please.
Sir, from when we should pursue the training for this software?
Pardon me, Sahil. एक बार फिर से बोलिए.
Sir, from when we should start learning these software? From when? At what stage?
From when you should do these softwares? You're
Yes,
saying
yes.
you're saying
Yes.
while your curriculum. So whether you should do it in second year, third year, or final year, you are asking that thing.
Yes, yes, sir.
In which like right now you are in third year?
No, sir. Second year. Second year has been started just now.
So I said when I started my lecture, at this particular stage of time, you should do AutoCAD and nothing else. Once the semester is completed and you're tending towards third year, at that time you can think of Autodesk Revit.
Okay.
Fine. And
Okay.
then
Okay.
I guess in third year, first semester or second semester, you will be there would be I think design subject in your curriculum. So once that design subject is started, you understand that say 10-20% syllabus of that design subject is completed. At that time, you are eligible to learn SAD and ETABS. So Abhi, only AutoCAD you should know, and this is a right time. I have shown you the entire syllabus also. So I guess that level AutoCAD, if you're doing right now, all the drafting part, so that will help you a lot in your further studies and further everything. I hope you got your answer.
Yes, sir. Okay. Sir, what is the duration for the course of AutoCAD?
AutoCAD course generally goes around about say 50 to 55 hours, depending on your speed to grasp the software. But generally, 50-55 hours is more than sufficient for such kind of AutoCAD thing.
Okay.
Anybody else wants to ask anything?
So what are the difference between SketchUp and AutoCAD?
SketchUp is like something very different. SketchUp, AutoCAD is a drafting software. AutoCAD, we can make drawings. Google SketchUp is a generalized, a normal software wherein you can just put in your ideas and show it to the clients. But today, when you're working in the offices, nobody is using that SketchUp. If anybody wants to show the 3D views, that particular firm is using 3D Max. They are making the models in 3D Max and they are giving it. If you have to draft, they are doing it in AutoCAD. So these two are totally different platforms. I hope you got your answer.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else wants to ask anything? Yes, Vivek. Anybody wants to ask anything? Yes, Rohan, you can unmute yourself and ask.
Sir, what about Autodesk 3D Max?
Basically, Rohan, 3D Max जे आहे ते as an engineer, I'll suggest you. You're in which year? Second year, third year?
Second year.
I guess all are from second year over here, or we have some students from final year also.
Only second year, sir.
Only second year is there in this. Okay. So now 3D Max is something that you should not do as an engineer. आपलं काहीच काम नाही 3D Max. You are passing out from such a good college, you are passing out from such a nice institute, and whether you are going to make views of the building, which any non-technical person can also do. So I will suggest that we have 3D Max. We do provide Autodesk certification also, but I will always tell you that 3D Max is something which has no utility for a civil engineer. There are better things to do. This is my personal opinion. Instead of 3D Max, you people can do Autodesk Revit. Revit is producing 3D drawings. You can produce many different drawings in Autodesk Revit. And again, when you go out to the industry, the companies which are working on BIM, that is building information modeling, the core part of Beam is Autodesk Revit. So I will always suggest that you people, instead of thinking about 3D Max, once you do AutoCAD, further you can go for Autodesk Revit. Anything else you need?
Sir, what about civil 3D, sir?
Not again, not again at this stage of time. Civil 3D is sophisticated software. You should know many of the civil engineering facts.
Okay.
Anybody wants to know anything more? I guess there are no further queries.
No, sir. Thank you.
What should be the student's qualification in order for internship? Vedant, you are in which class right now?
All are
Second year, sir.
So this time, this is not your internship time. Internship is in third year and internship is in final year.
Okay, sir.
So thank you, everyone. And I really thank the HOD sir that he could arrange a webinar with such a fine number of students. Thank you, everyone. You can note our numbers, and if at all we are doing some activity through the college, we'll get back to you through the respected HOD sir. You can kindly note down our numbers, and we will conclude now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. I guess you have already noted the numbers. Thank you.